First, I will be discussing the trades which are today. Then I will be doing the forecasting. After that, we'll start with our backtesting. Yes, left arrow. I'm doing GT again. Today, took some trades. I took this AJ trade and EJ trade. Yesterday, I took this EJ trade, which was a bomb because a loss. Today, I took this AJ and EJ trade. Euro USD, I placed my pending order, but the market did not tag me in. So let me just this for me. First, I will be discussing all the trades which I took today, and then I will be doing the forecasting. It was the trade. Just show you on trading view or here on trade. So we can see that at this, you can see that the market was coming down. Okay, but from here it started losing its momentum. The market break the low and retrace. It even did not close below the low, previous low. It just retraced. Again, the market came down, hit and retraced. So here I was seeing some sort of loss of momentum to the downside. Okay. When I saw it, and I was waiting for a nice impulsive move to the upside so that I could take it as a bullet. But this was my bullet line. Market again retraced here. I just placed my entry to below above the most recent line, and then my stop loss was 15. Euro pairs I placed 15 pip SL, and in AU pairs, Aussie pairs I placed 12 pip SL. So market went almost around 2.5, like almost around 3% in my direction. Okay, and then it just retraced. I had already managed my risk below this candle, which is below this candle. Okay. But when I saw this candle was coming up very aggressively, I saw these two candles first. See, this is the thing when you are taking any challenge, then you have to protect your account because you have only 30 days to recover that account. No, and if you are having only 30 days and if you go with the plan, I'm not saying that completely deviate from the plan, but I'm also not saying that stick to the plan like as we do in the back testing. Well, in live session, what happens when you are seeing that these 2 weeks these are rejecting wick because these wicks are not letting the market go upside. And when I saw this candle this week, and when I see that market it started breaking these lows, this candle low, I just closed my trade at around break even, somewhere at around this area. You can see. Yep. See, my stop loss was this red. So this red dot is my stop loss. Okay, but when I saw this 2 weeks rejection and that third candle when it started breaking this low, I thought that no, this is not like there is no need to just lose your challenge like any single dollar in your challenge. Okay, So what I did, I just closed my entry at break even because I know that if the market falls like this with the rejecting candle, there's a high chance it will come down and hit my stop loss, and I could easily lose somewhere at around 0.4%. Okay. But I managed to save my close the trade at around break even. It was easier trade, and let's move to the next trade, which was AJ. Okay. So this was the AJ trade. Again, the same concept. See, my stop loss was at around this area, just 2 pips below this. You can see this red dot. Okay. But when I saw the rejection, these candles. So okay, let me just show you why I took this trade, AJ trade. It was again simple entry, nothing fancy. So I saw that the market was ascending. You can see every time you will not see a clear ascending like this. Every time you will not see this sort of thing. Sometimes you will see this sort of thing. Market break but not able to close below the. Again market break but not able to close below the low. Again market break not able to close below the low. These are the things where we have to think that why the market is doing this sort of thing. Is it losing momentum? Yes. But it did take the low, again retrace. Here I was thinking, okay, it has started losing its momentum. And if it's losing its momentum, if I get any nice impulse to the upside, I'll definitely take it as a play. Okay, the market gave the opportunity after this candle. After this candle, I thought that, okay, what we have a ascending channel. Okay, and the market breakout from this channel. We have our bullet area. This is bullet line. I take the entry 2 pips above it. A stop loss was at 12 pips. Market came down, took me in. It just ranged 1 or 2 hours, and then it started continuing its move to the upside. I I managed to secure sorry 1.56% in this trade. But when I saw this weak rejection to the top, and when I saw the left, I saw that okay, on the left we have some sort of uh, area which is not okay. This candle tried to break this area but could not break. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this white candle. Look at this white candle. This white candle also tried to break this area. Okay, but it could not break that area, and it just rejected from this area. When it rejected from this area, next candle was a bearish candle. I made my mind that okay, if it breaks this low, I will be closing my entry. See here, I'm telling you again, if you are taking a challenge, every dollar is very costly. Every dollar. So I have already logged in around 1.5%, but I did not want it to lose my 0.5%. Okay. So what I did, I waited for the candle to break this low because I knew that if it like once, twice, like you can see, once rejected, again rejected, three, four. Four times it rejected from this area. So there was a high chance that it will continue its move to the downside and I will take your stop loss. So I thought that no, I am not let. I don't want to lose my 0.5%, and I closed it somewhere at around this area. Somewhere at around this area, I closed. When I saw that the market broke this candle low, just closed it. Parmeshwar is watching it. He can relate this from where I am talking about this. So you can see that once the market has started breaking this low, I just closed my entry. I did not wait for the market to come all the way down to this area. So I could save my around 8, like 12 pip SL. So it is somewhere at around more than 0.5%. It is somewhere at around 0.6 or 0.7%. So this is the reason why here I made around $105. $105. Okay. So, and right now we are taking 2 or 3 entries, but we have to be very cautious right now. We are opening 2 or 3 entries, but let's just do some forecasting so that we can understand whether we have to take those entries or not. Let's start with, let me just clean the chart, then I will start with Euro USD. So see here in Euro USD we had also some sort of form. Sorry, a bullet. Look at it closely. We had a bullet and this area, this candle. If I don't know whether somebody has taken this or not, but it was a bullet entry. Market. So once this candle broke to the upside, it was our bullet entry, but I did not take this entry. Why? But I was not on C. If you compare this candle to these candles or these, see, basically what is bullet entry? Bullet entry is a trend changing entry where you see some sort of trend change. So the candle which is letting you take that bullet entry, that candle must show the strength, that it must show you that wants to change the trend. Okay. This sort of candle, a big impressive candle. But here what I saw is just a normal candle, not even bigger than this candle. And on top of that, I did not. I also not so I was not able to see any sort of descending formation here, where the market losing its momentum. No, I was not seeing any sort of thing. I just saw a simple bullet entry. So setup, see, with GT you have to think, you have to be logical. Your setup must align with the logic. Okay. Logic plus setup, then it will become a perfect entry. But here the setup was okay. It was okay setup. But where is the logic? The candle height is not enough. We are not having any descending channel. There is no need to take this entry. And you can see the market is ranging in that area. So that is the reason why I did not take this entry. Also, after this candle, if I show you, after this candle, the next candle was a wiki candle, a wick form. After this candle, I did not want to take the trade because I knew that the market may go inside the range. The same thing happened. Market go inside the range. I did not take this Q entry, and now I hope you guys understand why I did not take this EU entry. And right now, if you ask about EU, then I'm not seeing any sort of direction right now. Okay, because we have lots of rejection at this area, lots of weak. So there is a high chance that the market may continue its move, like its market may continues to be in sideways. Okay. But if I see a nice breakout like this, then I will definitely, like this also, then I will definitely look for a continuation bullet entry or like a bullet entry like this. So I'll definitely be looking for entry. But right now I'm not seeing any sort of move in AU. But if I get, I will be taking this as a bullet entry. But the candle must be good one. Must break and close all above it. If I see a candle having a wick like this, there is a chance that we can get this sort of candle. If you get this sort of candle, I would say that don't try to take that entry because I will the reason I'm not able to draw the get it. See, if you get a candle with just barely the high, it doesn't matter how solid the wick is. But if you get a wick on the top, and on the left hand side, you see that the market has slowed on area in the past. So there is a high chance that it may give you a deeper retracement. I'm not saying that it cannot break this area and go up, but we use fixed stop losses, 15 pips or 12 pips. So what happens when you see the rejection from this area to the left hand side and want to take the entry, make sure that your stop loss either go below the candle, then only you take the trade. If your stop loss goes below the candle, then that is a safe area. Then I would say that okay, just you may take 1% risk. But if the entry is not, if the stop loss is not going below this candle, then I would say it would be a risky one. Because if your stop loss is somewhere, let's suppose if your stop loss is at this area, there is a high chance that the market may give you a deeper retracement like this and then continue its move to the upside. There is a chance that it may give you a deeper retracement and then may continue to the upside. So in this case, I would say if you get a wick above the candle and left side is not also not clean and your stop loss is somewhere at the middle of the candle, if the below the candle, then you may take a risk. You may take a risk, but if not, then just avoid it. Right now, it's completely inside the range. No need to think much about it. In AUD USD, again the same thing. I got a bullet entry. If you see that this was an entry, bullet entry, but for the same reason, I did not take the entry. Because if I want to take a bullet entry is basically a trend changing entry. Okay. So the candle must show that as trend that it wants to change the trend. If you compare this candle, all these candles, these are low volume time candles. Clearly showing that does not want to continue its move to the upside. So it's clearly showing that it does not want to continue its move to the upside. So that is the reason why I did not take this entry at around this area. If let's suppose I would have taken this entry, then I was able to manage the stop loss somewhere at around 0.5%. But again, it was not my sort of trade. I was not able to find any logic in this trade. That is the reason why I did not take this. You can see that it just started ranging, not continue its move to the upside or to the downside. It's not worth to take the entry and take 0.5% risk. Sorry, take 0.5% profit, and for that 0.5% you spend like 7-8 hours just looking at chart every hour. I don't think it's, and also the logic was not perfect. See, this was this very small break to the upside. Compare these candle. If I get this sort of candle, then that would be a perfect entry. But this candle was not a right now. I'm seeing some sort of descending channel formation. Sorry, ascending channel formation. So when if I get a nice black candle like this, I would definitely look for an entry to the downside. But the candle must be good one, because here one thing is also happening. Avoid descending, then again ascending. Okay, so when you see this sort of descending channel, then ascending channel, then high channel that market. If I get a black candle, if I get a impulsive black candle, then that candle must be a good one. It should not be a small candle like this. It should not be like this or having a wick at the bottom. No, I want a nice break. This sort of candle. This candle is good. This white candle is good. Is that sort of candle confirms me that okay, now I want to continue my move to the downside. But right now, if I get a small candle, then there is a chance that we are getting some sort of ascending channel, then ascending channel. Chance that the market may not looking any AU also. When I speak these price action, then I also get better and better on it. After 1.5, like after 1 year doing this, but still, like when I see the chart, I word to word what I have to look, what I don't have to do. So in EU, I'm not. The market is not very convincing for me. Look at EU. It is about to give us an entry, but again, the thing the market is not like in a mood to its move to the down. But I'm seeing some sort of range about market condition. See, the market big candles coming down, going up, again coming down, going up, again coming down. This sort of thing happening in EU. But one thing not we should not forget in EU that if you look at EU, uh, then it's also forming some sort of channel. Okay, forming some sort of channel. You can see it. It's also forming some sort of channel to the downside. And market has given us a lot of rejection from this touch. One rejection, two rejection, three rejection. If the candle, so these rejections and this channel make this trade a little lucrative trade. So here we can risk some like here we can take a trade, but I will be waiting. No, I don't want. I you can see I've just placed alert just few pips below the entry. If I get a nice one, nice entry, then I may look for the trade. Otherwise, if like right now I'm not some sort of confused because he has also a week at the bottom, equal weeks, some sort of equal weeks. That is not good. May go inside the range also. This candle is closing in 3 minutes. I'm just looking for like waiting for this candle to. I want to see how this candle flows. Easy some sort of range. Then with some sort of a long time. But up uh, ascending channel, then it's continue descending. If it breaks it, you take the risk and the EJ break this bigger channel, then there is a high chance that it may continue its move to the downside, fall like this. If you take a 1% risk, it fall, it breaks this channel, ascending channel. If it breaks it, there is a high chance that it can give us as per. So I'm willing to take 1%. See, here the risk reward is not goes in my favor, then they give us some nice risk reward. Also breaking its high, and see if it barely breaks the high, then I don't want to be in that trade. Because here I wanted to see sort of nice candle and rejection. That sort of that easy. 4 second and the candle is about to close. I just place an entry. Will be who is 144. It's perfect. It's okay. Okay, let's start our back testing. AUD USD. Yep, a nice simple simple. You can do an entry at you know, it's about the I don't want to play continue my see, I would have continued in my yellow. This sort of week just doing entry. No need to just wait. Will definitely take your stop loss. Break the low. So trying to continue the range, trying to be in the range. I don't want to be in the trade. No entry. I think just because of the internet. Not to anything about it. Sometimes internet get disconnected or gets slow, then sort of things happen. It has continued its move to the upside, but again, we are having some sort of big at this area. So I don't want to be. This is a nice candle, but if you look at the wick, so wick is white. Now after this candle, confirm that I don't know. This is good. This candle is looking quite aggressive candle, but again, the thing is, it's the high, it's the low, all the way down and retrace. Let's wait for it's a wiki one. This here we are having a nice entry, but if a single candle comes down like this, that will be a that will not be a entry. Single candles comes down like this. Now we are having some sort of weak entry. White candle is inside bar candle, so our bullet line will be above this. Black candle is an inside bar, so I want to take that entry. Sharply came down. Sorry, sir. This candle I was little confused. I wanted to take the entry, but again, because it has a large wick to the bottom, but this wick is also some sort of liquidity grabbing wick. that we had some sort of low here. We came down, grabbed the liquidity, then continued its move to the upside. But the thing is, just barely break this high. Wanted to sort of more momentum so that I could take this as a bullet entry. Here I wanted to take entry somewhere at around this. Black candle is an inside bar candle, so our stop loss will be just sorry, our bullet line will be just below this, and we are having some sort of small ascending channel. And if you look at this candle, so I always talk about this sort of candle. This sort of candle are trend changing candle. If you compare this, the height of this candle to all these candles is massive. Is bigger than all these candles. So here I want to take one entry. 12 bit. How we will be managing our stop loss just above it, then inside bar candle or stop loss will be above it. Sort of. AU wants to the downside. If I get a nice black candle, I would definitely want to take the entry. If I get a nice black candle like this, I would definitely like to take the entry. Be our bullet line. Will be our bullet line. Move it because I am getting notification. Here you can see that this is the reason why I wanted to see some sort of nice impulsive candle. See this candle. This break the high, but had not that much of a strength to continue its move to the downside. If I would have looked for any entry at this area, that would be a loss. This is trying to continue its move to the upside. Keep out. KJ, our entry is quite high. I think that market will reach in this area. Because you can see that we are getting also some sort of ascending channel, and if we get a nice break, the height of the candle is very important. Must be a very solid candle, like Marubozu candle. If I get those that sort of candle, I will definitely look for them. continue our the market again break this low. So we have managing our trade just when I saw this sort of candle closes below all these resistances. See, it just if you go with the normal philosophy, then it just barely break the low. Okay, but what I have observed that if it breaks and closes or below all these resistances, there is a high chance it will continue its move to the downside. So here I would like to take sell, find our most recent low, which is this white candle. Yep, this black candle break the high, they again break the high, white candle. We are most recent low, place an entry. So will be our scaling entry. Just check. Let's this is perfect. I don't want to just place too tight. Like place 2 pips where uh, happy Diwali, happy Diwali. Just our both position where we lost 1%. There we made one. Very much like 2022 was a difficult year, I remember. Look at Joshua's months. Also, it was a quite tough, tough year. See what sort of handles are for. Look at forming some sort of descending channel. If I finish move to the upside, I will definitely look for a buy. Right now, market is inside the range, but it if you get any bomb setup, we'll definitely look for that entry. Gives me an entry, I would like to take that. It is, I think, going to hit our broke the low. For that, just hit this alert and move the downside without tagging us. They just see. See, I wanted to see whether why I have placed an alert at this area. My entry is somewhere at around this area. Somewhere at around this area, my entry. I have placed an alert just at this area. Why? Because I wanted to see like how this work, like whether we get a rejection or a larger week for hitting my area. If you look for any entry in GT, not like just you place the entry and forget. No, you have to keep watching that how the candle is approaching to your entry, whether uh, going with a losing momentum sort of thing, or it's going towards your entry with a very high impulsive strength. You have to take this. Here I can see that the market is continuing its move to the downside. AJ also continuing its move to the down. So here we have lots of big, and now the market is going towards our entry and trying to give us bomb plus bullet entry. I would like to take this bomb plus. Stop loss is well above this. This is not a valid entry because I just placed the entry 2 or 3 hours before the closing of the week. After it, I did not take the entry because it was going inside some sort of range. Not like it. And mainly what I have seen in AU that larger bomb does not work quite well. In EJ it does work, but in AU if you get a very impulsive tender like this, right? And your entry, let's suppose somewhere at around this here, this is your most recent low. If you get entry somewhere at around, there is a very less chance that it will again come all the way down. So larger bomb, for my back testing, I have seen that larger bomb does not work on the EU pairs. One more thing I want to I want to tell you guys that if you take the bomb, fall for don't just take the trade for just for the sake of setup. If you are looking for bomb, if you are looking for bullet, that's perfect. But if you are taking bomb just by looking at the setup, I have seen that most of the time, like 8 out of 10 times, it will not work. If you are taking a bomb, your logic must accompany it with your setup. If your logic not going with your setup, it will become difficult to work. It will become difficult that the trade will work. And here I was not seeing any sort of logic that why I should why I should sell. And here I can see that the market is continuing its move to the upside, broke this high. Okay, so I want to take a sell. It gave me the opportunity. I would like to whether it continued its move or just hit our stop loss. It just tagged us in, and now it's trying to continue its move to the upside. We will be managing our sell first. 2 pips below it, somewhere at around 0.5% risk on the table. We still have risk on the table, so we cannot look for here. See, we have more risk on the table, and we are getting a nice opportunity for a bullet continuation bullet entry. I would definitely take this bullet entry at around this area. Let continue or hit our stop loss. Okay, it just break the high. Once it breaks the high, my both the sell will be just below this inside bar. White candle is our inside bar, so both candles will inside bar. So in this trade, I think my risk will be 0.3 or 0.4%. Here we have already locked 2.2%. Now, okay, we have some risk on the table. If we don't have, if we would have not any risk on the table, we would definitely take this bullet. But on the second entry, we still have 0.3 or 4% risk on the table. So let's just do it. Okay. Now this candle has broken. This candle clearly did not break the high. Okay, and the next candle just came down sharply. See, if I would be in the middle of a challenge, I would take it as a break. Okay, because see, sometimes what happens, like 1 or 2 pips or 0.5 pips, it is not even 0.5 pips. If I check 4 or 5 different brokers, in some broker you will see that it would have definitely break the high. Some broker it will say that it's not breaking the high. So always try to secure some profit if you are in a challenge account. If you are trying to pass a challenge, I would definitely take it as a break because it's not even 1 pip, and I would see it's 0.0, not even 0.1 pip. So 1 pip late, I would say. So in these scenarios, try to just book some percentage. Like if you try to avoid some risk and some more percentage, lock some more percentage. If you are taking a challenge, don't take it a rigid rule that, oh, if it has not break the previous high just by 0.1 piplet, like just by 1 piplet, then there is no need to just think like that. You have to be a little practical if you are taking a challenge, because see, these strategy, when Joshua like back tested or made these strategies, in his mind it was not running that he wanted to pass the challenge. And if you are putting this strategy into a challenge, then you have to adjust according to it little. Slightly a slight adjustment, not like not increasing the stop loss from 12 pip to 15 pip or not that sort of thing, but a slight adjustment. Let's suppose the market is falling like this. I would not let my trade like I did this EJ trade. You can see here the market was falling quite heavily. I saw that the market is falling and my stop loss was 2 pips below it. So what I did, I just closed my trade somewhere at around this area. So this is slight adjustment. I'm not saying that just do some big blunder. No, still a small adjustment would be okay. So here I made 2.2% on this trade, 2.2%, and I lost 0.4% in this trade. Now continuing to the upside, we can see that we have a large ascending channel. Okay. ascending channel, and here we have a break to that ascending channel. But the break is not very convincing for me. It just barely break this. Let's just wait for the next. Now the next candle continued its move to the downside, but it has a large wick. Let's just see what the next. Let's suppose I would have taken this entry, and that would be a losing trade. But definitely we are losing. So that take the entry. Definitely we are losing. Why I did not take this entry? First, to look at the break was not very convincing. If you look at this candle, it break these lows. The break was just a wiki break. The candle even did not came down and close below it. So I waited for the next candle, and the next candle came down, but it gave us a large wick. So I just waited the next candle, continue with to the downside, but it just formed a V-shaped structure. You can see that the market broke the high. But will be our entry. Be our low. Market is completely inside the range. It break the high, but not a very convincing break. Not a very big impulsive candle. If you look at the size of this candle or other candle, that's not very big impulsive candle. If you're waiting continuation candle like this, then I would like to place my candle has broken this candle. We are having a large wick of yes, absolutely the easy entry. No need to get any or because see why we remove because if one candle goes up like this, there is a high chance it may come upside. Going to be USD is USD is also sort of break the high, retrace, break the low, retrace. Also in that go inside the ring. Here we are seeing sort of nice move to the upside. Will be candle. This candle is an inside bar. Candle has not. These are equal candles. This is an inside bar for me because it has not broken the previous candle. Then place right around this area. One thing I like to tell you that what I've observed so many times, that if you see this sort of a candle break all the resistances and close it above it, yes, I have seen so many times that it continued its move to the upside, because this candle is able to break all above all these resistances and break above and closed. So technically, if you look at the concept wise of like if you look at the GT, then the setup wise it's not a good setup. But logically, if you look at the logical price, like price action point of view, logically, then you will find that logically it's a perfect trade from here. Take an entry somewhere at around this area when it give you a retest candle. And the same thing at this area also, I just see this candle. This candle was also the same sort of candle, right? Because it just broke above all these resistances and closed above it and came all the way down, grabbed the liquidity, and then went up and closed above it. So setup wise, it's not looking quite impressive, but logically, it is perfect. If next time I will see this sort of thing, I will definitely take that entry. But I'm also seeing this sort of entry. I don't know whether Parmeshwar is in the live stream or not. He knows, like if he is doing SRC, then he knows this sort of candle and break above and close, then there is a high chance it continued its move upside. I have also done like back testing of SRC, and I have seen that if the candle break and closes above all these resistances, there is a high chance it will come down and hit your give you a retest candle and may continue its move to the upside. But here I'm just back testing GT, so I did not take those entries, but I'm seeing that if I would have taken those entries, then that could be a good one. Yeah. Here we are seeing aggressive move to the down. This is the reason why I just removed my stop loss entry. See, I don't know whether it will continue its move to the upside or to the downside, but logically or like price action wise or the setup wise, setup was not a good one. That is the reason why I just removed. I would just barely take the high. Just if you look at this entry where it was somewhere at around 7:30, you could take, yep, you have to consider all these two things. This entry was a perfect one. This was an NYSE open. Okay. Left hand side we had clean move. We had some sort of resistance, but overall we have clean moves. Came down, quickly closed all above all these candles. So there was a high. This entry was a little because it was not a volume time, so it was a little risky. But again, if I combine this with GT, then we could take this. I like to take this entry because the setup was some sort of a GT setup, and it break above this candles. I would like to take not volume time, but okay, I will be happy to billing my 1% this time. Because it's sometimes what happens when you take these sort of trades, when you take the entry in these sort of candles, most of the time it does continue its move to to the respective direction. But volume, what the volume does, it makes the move faster. Okay, it makes that moves faster, the volume time. But if you don't have volume time, then what will happen? You can see it continued its move to the upside, but the 4 hours it just ranged because these 2 hours was a spread hours, and after these 2 hours were like Asian session. So the market could not continue its move to the upside, but it continued its direction. Volume, what the volume does, it just make the move fast. So this is a nice continuation bullet that kind of. So after this week, again we have a large wick at the top. Here we are having nice entry below this inside bar, but I don't want to place right now because we get a little candle which tagged us in. That would not be a good entry this week. I don't know the thing talking about. Get a single candle tagging you in, need to be in that right. Because it's forming some key structure. High chance it can go inside the range or give you a deeper retracement. Go to the upside. Nice. Here we have a nice move to the upside. Okay, if we look at the overall market structure, it's trying to continue its move to the upside. Here I would like to place entry. Stop loss is also quite good. I'm not placing just 2 pips above because it is very near to the bullet line. So there is a high chance it will tag me in. It did not tag me in. But after this week, I don't want to be in the trade also. There is a high chance that it can give you a deeper retracement. What happened? Sometimes, if you are lucky, then you're able to avoid these sort of losses. Here, I did not place my stop loss just 2 pips above it. Why? Because it, the the close of this candle is near to the bullet line, and if the close is very near to the bullet line, there is no need to just use that 2 pips just for the buffer. Sometimes what happens, the market does not come to the bullet line, or it does not come according to it does not come to our uh, decided respected area, retest area, decided retest area. So we use that to pick buffer. But if the market is near to the retest area, which is lagging. So get this must be some sort of we really don't get this sort of handle. Let's see. Definitely. Again, I wanted to take the entry, but again, I don't want that the market comes down like this. If I would have taken this entry from this area, there was a high chance, like it would have definitely taken me out. Just a single candle. See, came down sharply, and this is the reason why I did not place the entry. Just waited to see how the candle comes to my entry. Here we are having some sort of V recovery, so the market just break this low and forming some sort of equal V. Okay, I want you to be in the trade. The perfect continuation bullet entry. If the market tagged us in, that would be a perfect. But again, the thing is, if a single candle just goes up and tagged me in, then that will be a risky one. Just move for 1 second. And let's see. This is good. Now it has just broken the low. There is no case that all these bullet entries are weak. We have seen it's the high, the wick. Again, break the high with the wick. Yes, that is an issue, Arjun. I tell you the truth, that is an issue. Yesterday, like Parmeshwar uh, like missed his AJ entry, and that AJ entry went for like 3 or 4, like almost 3.5%. Although it came down and hit like hit it at around the break even, but went for like 3.5%. And yesterday also I told you, Arjun, I don't have that much time. I tried to finish the ICT. When I started watching the course and everything, I thought that no, it is not something which you can learn in just 6 or 8 months or in 1 year. Take somewhere at around 2.5 years, minimum 2 years, to to try to go with the ICT route. Because I have already invested 6 months. I have already invested my 6 month into that ICT thing. So I did not have that much time because see any SMC strategy, if I go with Photon, Phantom, or any, then it will minimum it will take 8 months, 8 to 9 months. I have already spent 6 months, 6 to 8 months with ICT, and still I was getting any light to the end of the tunnel. So that is the reason why I thought that I also I told you yesterday also that I don't have that much time to invest in trading right now because next year I will be graduating from the university. I need something solid, and the GT was working great for me. I don't know what happened because GT has its, its own like cons. So Yep, it's the post like you can say it's a I'm not getting that word. It's a BA LLB integrated degree. It's an integrated degree, so you can say it's a graduation, or you can also say it's a post graduation, because I am getting two degrees. Well, one is BA and other is LLB, BA plus LLB. If you go with the conventional route, then you have to do a 3 years of BA, then you have a 3 years of LLB, and that LLB degree will be equivalent to your post graduation degree. Because directly you cannot do LLB for 3 years. You have to do 3 years of this bachelor's degree, then go for LLB. Yes, absolutely. I want to be a full-time trader because I don't want to go in corporate or in courts. I want to be a full-time. This is the reason why I again came back to GT, because I saw certain some of my friends who made really like good amount with GT, and I thought that if I would have continued doing it, I would have definitely made much more money than those guys, but cannot do anything about it. Yes, I'm right now trading a funded account. Not a funded account, it's a challenge one. And I am trading my own personal account, but not not a huge one, so that it can, because see, in GT, we don't get we get only six or like six, anywhere between 6 or 10% average. I'm talking about average 6 to 10% a month. So if you want to pull out your expenses, day-to-day expenses from your own capital, then at least you need like $20,000, and $20,000 is somewhere at around 60 lakhs rupees, Indian rupees. It's not. How's the challenge is going quite good. You can see, just because I have already like I did not back tested GT for last more than 1 year. So that's why I decided to go with the small challenge, so that I can just so these are the trades which I took on this account, this challenge account. I thought that let's start with a different sort of a strategy. When you don't have any strategy, you use every strategy. In that 50K account, I used almost every strategy. Some ICT, some SRC, some GT. I did endless stuff with that account. But that's fine. If if you don't aspire for something bigger, you'll never achieve that bigger thing. And in that process, sometimes what happens, you have to just take one step back. And the thing happened to me. Like I just spend like 1 year and I find nothing. So it does happen in life. Sometimes you think that, oh, it's the right thing, and you go for it, and after certain time you find that no, it was not the correct thing. It does happen. But the good thing is to not leave it anything. Like if I started doing trading and if I think that I want to make uh, money out of it, so I must keep doing this thing, no matter what, no matter I'm making money or not, no matter I am able to find any good strategy or not, no matter what. Just don't give up. If you'll give up, you are just out of the game. But if you're continuing doing hustle, you're not able to get good money, then that's not a big problem, because 90% of the people is not able to make uh, living out of trading. But you want to be in that 10%, you don't have to that thing, leave this thing. You have to keep doing. It doesn't matter whether it's giving you. Yes, it does happen, Parmeshwar. It does happen. You know, I genuinely say it that if I would have keep continuing GT for 2022, I would have definitely make some good amount, definitely good amount. But of this past, we cannot do anything. From now, if I believe that if I keep doing GT for 2023, I would definitely end this year with some good profits. Definitely, I would end up this year with some good profit because I can see that I know the price action. I take the best entries. Okay, my 90% trades, 80-90% trades. You can match my trades with Joshua's trade. It's almost similar. 90%, 80-90% trades. 1-2 trades is just like I missed it or I take other. Cannot copy 100% somewhere. 80-90% is perfect. And if I'm doing this sort of uh, like thing, then why I would not be profitable? Just a matter of the time. And I also like, yeah, previous year also I made good amount. It was not that big, but for a university student, I made enough. Clearly, made enough amount for the previous year also. And this year, my target is quite big. So let's see whether I am able to achieve it or not. Last year was also good, and the past, like 2021, it was the starting. So that year also I made some percentage from different uh, strategy, not by GT, but from different strategies. I made some percentage. What I was thinking, I did not place any entry and I did not talk about anything about it. Then we had a bullet line, the market break, not broken. Okay, okay, okay. That is very just it had not just wiki break. Why I did not. For that, was just barely break this. And it had not broken this low. The reason why I did not subconsciously also I have done a lot of backtesting of GT, lot of backtesting. Sometimes what happens, I'm thinking something else. My subconscious is looking at this low and it has not broken this low perfectly. So there was no entry at this area. Consciously, I was not thinking it. Consciously, I thought that why I did not place any entry. But when I look at it, I thought that okay, subconsciously, I have seen it. this sort of entry I was talking about. The previous two one, I will just not to those previous two ones. This entry tagged me. Yeah, yeah, tagged me in and tagged me out. Break the low, nice impulsive candle, and here we are having our bullet line. To get an entry, I would definitely like to take the entry. Why? Because the market break on this ascending channel. Here we had also some sort of descending channel. Now we are getting seeing some sort of move. If you look at this candle, came bearish. Then here we market just take a pause and then now it's continuing to move to the downside. If I get an entry, now I'm thinking why February was not like 2022 was not good month. We again have an entry around this area. When you just get into a range, we see this sort of pattern. Take almost three losses in this range. If I look at it completely, have to make some rules for range sort of trading. Ascending, descending, then ascending. We get a nice break from this ascending channel. It again went up. It break all these highs with a nice impulsive candle, and again it just fell down. So that happens sometimes. And I remember that in February, so many guys had lost a lot of their capital. Yes, you get a single candle, then there is a high chance that and he was we get a nice bearish candle because here we can see that the market is ascending. So if I get a nice bearish candle to the downside, I could take that and see whether we get that bearish candle. Just started continuing its move to the upside, bullish bullet entry, bullet entry. Candle is quite good, quite impulsive. Yes, stop loss. I don't know why I have. See, I get a lot of losses with GT, but it does not hurt emotionally. I don't know whether I have done a lot of backtesting because of that, or in other strategies. What I found that when I started taking two, three, four losses, it just I emotionally it started hurting. But in GT, because I have done a lot of backtesting or what, it does not hurt me emotionally. If I lost like six trades in a row, then also it's fine because I know that my seventh or eighth trade can easily give me like 6% or 10%. I have done enough backtesting to prove that fact. So, here we are having some sort of peak. Let's see. Yep, that may be the reason, Parmeshwar. That may be the reason. Because also because we take the entry on 1 hour time frame. In 1 hour time frame, see, these losses are just a regular setup loss. These are not losses which I randomly take the trade. No, these are some sort of setup. I would say that like maybe it's a 6 out of 10 setup. It's a 7 out of 10 setup, but it's a setup. But in other strategy, what I was doing, doing, I used to randomly take the trade because daily you are sitting for 2 or 3 hours. Sometimes, someday, what happens? Your psychology is not on the line, and on that day, if you get like 2 or 3 losses in a row, it will definitely mess up your psychology. Happened. So here at first I did my order because I did not wanted to take the V-shaped entry. Okay. But when I saw the market is started forming some sort of bomb slash bullet entry, then I again placed my order. Minimize my stop loss. It will be right around 0.6. Risk on the table. We'll have risk on the table, so that is the reason why I'm not. So here, our an inside bar, that inside bar, continue, continue to the downside to. I will look into it because mainly we get the losses when we have some sort of range. When we got these sort of ranges, we lost our maximum trades. These sort of ranges. Let's see. I will definitely do some homework and how I can identify it. But here also you can see that the market was completely inside the range and we lost somewhere at around 1% winning, like two losses and 1% winner. Nice candle to the downside. Our red line will be the inside bar. So this sort of trend want to be in the trade because this is not a normal market condition. You see, you have to also think about whether the market condition is normal or not. Normal market condition, we don't see this sort of candle to the downside, then to the upside. No, don't see it. This sort of scenario, you can just hit your stop loss. Why I did not place the entry? Because I don't want to bought by news, okay, or some sort of volatility in the market because of some president say anything or some country tweeted anything. I don't want to caught on those sort of volatility. Here I could see that look at the size of this candle and look how it went up and then again came down aggressively. So I thought that no, there is a chance that it can give us V-shaped recovery. So I'm just waiting for the break of this low. The weekly break that it won't. Bye bye for my trading. Stop loss is really about the structure. The size of the candle is not very big, but again, it's showing some sort of continuation to the move. I don't want to be here because ascending, descending, not giving us any sort of direction. See, just end up start with. See that the market is ascending, then descending. We get a candle, but no. Height of the candle is not good, and the previous price action was completely at the range. Don't want to that thing. Again, the market break the high, retrace again, break the high, forming weak. No trade for me. Wait for a nice continuation. Not giving any sort of nice continuation. Breaking the high, retrace, forming weak again, retrace. Large weak at the top. Right. See, let's suppose I have taken this entry at around this. Also, it would be a loss. Will be a losing trade. Why I did not take the entry? Because see, we had ascending, descending, and again it started some sort of ascending move. Not like uh, market continuing its move higher and higher. Then descending. Now this candle is nonsense. Because ascend, descend, then again descend, but this candle is does not want to be in this range. They had pivoted. Is a The market is inside the range and the forms of literature. I don't want to place any right now. Get a bomb test bullet. No. Market is completely inside the range. Okay. Look at the market. It is completely inside the range. If I take any buy or sell at this area, there is a high chance it can go up and take me out. Okay. Let's suppose I have taken this as a bomb test bullet entry. It would be a loss. If you are having some range, then be extra cautious. Don't try to take any average entry. These sort of look for the best. When the market is completely inside the range, we have lots of wick at the top. We are having a V-shaped recovery. V-shaped recovery, lots of wick at the top. Entry. Let's suppose I have taken this entry, I would take yellow gain. Why? Because the market is completely inside the range. I draw the range. Market is completely inside this range. Not going up, it's not coming down. It is completely inside the range. If I take any entry in these ranges, there is a high chance that it will be a loss. This candle tried to break that range, but again, just rejected. You can see the rejection wick. Don't want to take any buying entry right now. There is a chance that it can just fall again inside this range. And we also have large wick at the top. Market is completely. Now here is the thing. See, just barely break the high. Okay, just barely break the high. But to understand the price action, it has already broken this resistance. It has already broken this resistance. Rejected once, twice. Try to try to came down, but not come down and form. To know the price action or this pattern, this is some sort of pattern. Now we are getting the break. So if I get entry at around this area, would definitely like to take that entry. But I don't think that the market will come down. That the market just try to continue its move to the up. And again, it came down very aggressively to my entry. So I don't want to be in that trade like that. There is a chance that it can be a fake out. Perfect. Perfect. This is the perfect entry. See, my logic was perfect, but here, if you look, according to GT, this is not a good trade. So, according to setup wise, GT setup wise, because if you look at the break, if you look at this candle, the break of this candle, this is just barely break the. Okay, so this is by setup wise, this is not a valid setup. Okay, for the GT, but logically, price action wise, this is a perfect setup. If you know this pattern, I don't know how many of you know this pattern. I have this pattern. This is the cookies pattern. Lots of time. Don't know whether you can see it or not. The range, small range. It is just like ascending and then a small just like this. Then or it may continue to the upside. Just that pattern. We have an entry at an implicit. I predicted this move from here only. Here, just by looking at this candle, I had my prediction that okay, there's a high chance that the market may continue its move to the upside. But why I did not take the trade? Because I did not want that the market came down all the way down, but it came all the way down this inside bar, and then from here it just went up. But after seeing this wick at the top, I thought that no, it can be a fake out candle. So I waited for the next break, and break was also good. So I took the entry. Now here we get the opportunity to lock some profit. Now if I here this will be a aggressive scaling because the break is not quite convincing. But again, we don't have any risk. But just wait because we have already quite losses in the past, so I don't want to take any aggressive entry. See, if I would have taken this entry, it would be a losing at 1%. The bottom. Market is just next candle just barely break the low, so I don't want it to not continuing its move like how it retraced, not continuing the same momentum. So here the height of the candle was not that good compared the all these just barely break the low. This is the reason why I did not take any entry, and after that these 2 hours are spread hours. I would like to take that. Yes, I know that it has told this. I have not uh, done any research on it, but I have seen one or two videos. Has stopped making videos. Just check whether it has tagged me in or not. Point to point. They have exactly tagged me in because I've just placed one one piplet above the entry. Let me just uh, low is 7160. So is there are lots of options you don't have to wait. Still trying to, so you don't have to worry about it. There is lots of platforms nowadays. My for fun, TFT, E8. One platform is not working in India, then also okay, okay, Euro USD is looking quite an inside bar, so our will be above it. But let's see how it closes. Why don't they remove the entry port from the Play Store? It is banned. RBI from time to time has always printing those sort of notices. Don't think too much about it. So I 1059 went from people late. So was 60590. I would have placed it at 590, and the high of this candle was 591. So it would have definitely tagged me in. It just a V-shaped recovery, it just came down sharply, somewhere around 5%. Market gave us the V-shaped recovery, went some sort of range, and now it's trying to continue its move to the upside. If I get an entry, I would like to take the entry. Something I've tagged me. And also my entry would be at above this red bar. Also continuation of the move, but we have a large week at the this good trade for me. I want to, but this is a very aggressive candle to the downside. We have some small ascending channel. We have a bearish market structure. We're still in the trade, and the next candle just to line with have a large wick at the top, but we are seeing sort of range, sort of range. So comes like that, like because I can see that the volume of the candles are decreasing. Not tagged us. Okay. There's also close of the week. Not do anything. I was only trading euro, like these four pairs only. In the past also, I was trading only these four pairs. Euro USD, AUD USD, Euro JPY, AUD JPY. Right now, we are sort of gap. We don't take any trade between these gaps. Wait for better. Let's just put the high. In these scenarios, I would like to take a 1% risk. Market came all the way down, grabbed some liquidity from here. Now it's time to continue its move to the upside. I've just missed two good opportunity in the past because see, gorilla wise, it's not a very good setup. I would say it's a poor setup. But logically, I just wanted to take this trade. Let's see what it does. Tagged me in and broken the high. Okay, so I managed able to manage my stop below it. Somewhere 0.25% risk on the table. It's whether it continue or might take stop loss. Okay. Once it breaks the high, I would have definitely managed my stop loss somewhere at around, no, somewhere, okay, below it, somewhere. But once it breaks the high, I would be managing my stop loss below the most recent low. And then the low of this candle would be my most recent low. So I think it would have tagged me out at around 0.1 or 1, I think 0.1. This way, I have just also finished this month. Break. February month was not quite good month for GT. We took some losses in this range, and that was not. I have to figure it out. How can I avoid these losses when the market is inside the range? Market completely inside the range in these areas. Again, the market was in the range. We get some move, but we did not get any opportunity to be in the trade. Count how much percentage we have made it. 7% loss when lost trade. For the fact that I know that these months are not good months, but still I do back testing in these months. But these months will make you a psychologically strong trader, because I know that this month will not be a good month, but still I do this. These months will definitely make good traders. So here we made percent. Count it again. 1, 2 loss. 7 loss. There is no loss. 7.4 loss. The winning percentage 2.2% win, and 4.65, sorry, 3% account. I have lost that 50K account, Kapil. This is the fact. You cannot have your challenge account or your perform account for that long. This is the fact. Whether you trade it with GT or ICT or anything, you will not be able to keep that account for so long, because those accounts are meant to be violated. Those rules are meant to be violated. So you cannot keep any performance account for that long. What you can do, I also posted a message in the chat, the Telegram group, that don't try to decrease your risk, your usual risk on the Perform account. Try to pull out as much money as you can from that Perform account, because sooner or later you will definitely going to lose that account. It's the fact. You look anybody, you cannot say that this man has his Perform account for 1 year. No, it will be somewhere around 2 months to 6 months max. That period, somehow you will lose that, because 10% loss, it's not the matter of 10% or 12% loss. It is the thing that once you start getting some losses in a row, your psychology will start deviating from the line. Okay. And a small mistake, just wipe out your account. Somehow you will break some rule, and that's the finish. So try to pull out as much money as you can from a prop firm account. Don't just let that account to trade 0.2%, 0.5%. No. What I would say, if you are having a solid strategy, you have confidence in your strategy, so pull out as much as you can and try to build your own account. Because you can see that FTMO has stopped its service from India. Funding Talent has just closed its service from globally, like he's got bankrupt or what, I don't know. But he just stopped their service. Funding Talent. It was the second, like after FTMO, Funding Talent was the second most famous prop firm. But if that prop firm can close their service, then any prop firm can close their service. So try to just get out as much money as you can from any prop firm account. In that process, if you lose that account, that's perfect. Don't demotivate yourself that, oh, I lost an account. No, that account was meant to be loose. That account was not your personal capital. That account was meant to be loose. %, 5%, 5.7, 5.65. Then here we have 0.65. We have total winners of 0.5. And okay, we are still loss. See, here is the catch. If you look at the result here, you will see that, oh, we are in some loss, like 0.8. Not a huge loss, but 0.8, 0.75. We lost around 0.75% only this month. Okay. But the thing is, if you are taking this, if you are taking any challenge with this strategy, okay. So if you are, let's suppose you are, if let's suppose I'm counting from here only. Let's suppose. Here we are 2% up, 3% down. Almost we are like break even. Or let's suppose 1% down. And if I get this trade where I'm getting almost at around 1 is to 3 or 4, why would I not close my entry somewhere at around this area 1 is to 3 or 1 is to 2 to make an account, make my account positive and just try for the next month. So in this strategy, you are getting time to just end your profits, end your month with some profit. Don't look at minus 0.75%. No, you don't have to go all the way. If you pass the challenge and if you acquired the account, then you can keep trading. But if you are, let's suppose you are in a challenge, in between a challenge, and you see this sort of thing, there was no need to take this 1% loss, take this 1% loss. Whatever could recover, you could make your account positive here only. And your account would be somewhere at around 3% profit or 2% profit, I would say. And after that, it was like 24th of February. So there was no need to take, because 24th, 25th, only 3 days left. And after 25th, it was 27th and 26th and 27th was Saturday, Sunday, and then we have only Monday. We had only 3 days left for this account to pass the challenge. And we see that how the market was. If you look at the market, it was completely inside the mess. I used 3% at around this area. And once the market gave me the break of this range, I made around 2.4%. And again, the market went into the range. I could not take any trade. Okay. So you have to think it logically. Sometimes if the market if the market is in your favor, you will definitely able to pass the challenge. If the market is not in your favor, doesn't matter what strategy you are using. You will not be able to pass the challenge. But the thing is, if also you are not able to pass the challenge, at least you must not lose that challenge. You must end your month with a break even so that you can get a next month again a second try. And this strategy, I can say that to follow the plan properly, you'll get a second try unlimited times. Believe me, until you pass your challenge. And I tried to find this sort of thing in other strategy, and I just wasted my 1 year finding that sort of thing. In 9 minute, Euro USD will close. So let's see if I get any opportunity to be in the trade. I will definitely take the trade. Okay, because this is if it closes like this, it does not give me any wick. I will definitely take this EU entry. Yes, I have because I have a stop trading gorilla, so I did not want to take any big challenge. I just wanted to first uh, make my GT strategy into flow. So I just take a small challenge. You can see, like day before yesterday, I took this challenge. Okay, doing well. It is just like $5,000 challenge. Just a challenge which I took because if I do only back testing and not live trading, because at my level I know that I don't need to do a lot of back testing because it's my second day only after 1 year I am doing the back testing of GT, and still I remember all the concepts because I have done 100 times, 100 months, more than like 100 times. I've done the back testing of GT. So I remember all the things. But the psychology, you must place your psychology in the right place. And to place it a right place on the right place, just either take a small challenge or open a normal live account, a small live account, $50, $100, and just do it and just trade for like 1 month or 2 months. Okay. So that is the reason why I just take the small challenge. After this challenge, if I pass this challenge, I will definitely go for, let's say, 50K or 100K. I will not directly go for 200K or 300K. I will slowly increase my. After this account, I will definitely I will analyze how my performance is, and based of that, I will be looking for some again taking some next challenge based on the performance of performing this. Because I knew that I know the strategy, but I knew that my psychology. I have been out for this strategy for so long. Yes, it's a my forex fund. I have not used this strategy for so long. So I did not want to risk like either like 500 or $300 amount because minimum if I take the my forex fund of 50K, it would cost me somewhere around $300. So why would I risk $300 just now? Just take a small step. Do daily back testing, and I'm doing back testing, I'm doing forecasting, okay, I'm doing live trading also. So 1 month, I think that my psychology, my everything will be online, and at that time, I will be taking some bigger challenges, but not right now. A is also forming. I don't want to take any trade in this or after this, and it is going quite well. Let's see how it closes. Closes like this, I would definitely like to take the entry. You also continue its move to the upside. Let's see how it closes. Let me just check. Okay, the bullet line will cut around area. This candle will be the bullet line. We have aligned two entries. Okay, bye bye. Happy trading.